I feel it coming, I feel it coming. Waiting for the chance, trying to understand. Time keeps running, time keeps running. Can't get that far if you're scared to leave. Never reach those stars if you don't believe. So wake up, wake up. Don't waste your life on looking down. Gotta lift your feet up off the ground. Get up, get up, and find yourself.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first day as a homeschool mom during this coronavirus epidemic. I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous about how today's going to go. So our state closed down schools last Friday. So we got a notice like Wednesday night at like 7:38, letting us know that schools were closing for 3 weeks. And in that email, it also told us parents that we're going to be responsible for online learning, essentially homeschooling them for a 2-week period during this 3-week break. The 3rd week is our spring break. But the poor teachers had like one day to come up with like all of these lesson plans, and we as parents have to implement them. So the way my school is doing it is that most of it's online. They sent home Chromebooks for our kids to use. The kindergartners have like a mixture of online learning and packets, but all that to say, I'm gonna kind of get into that later in this, but I am a mommy of 5. If you don't know, I'm pregnant with my 6th. So at home right now, I have ages 10, 9, 6, 3, and 2, with 1 on the way. And I am required to help 3 of my school-age kids homeschool, and their grades are kindergarten, 3rd, and 4th grade. So I don't think I've mentioned it on my channel before, but I kind of like tried homeschooling a few years back. I only had 2 in school at the time, but we only homeschooled for a semester. It just wasn't for me. Once we got into it, it was just like, and there was so much pressure, and we went to a co-op, and I realized very quickly that my favorite day was co-op day, which basically somebody else was teaching my kids at co-op day, so we put them back in public school. But the difference between that and this is the fact that with this, we are not like in charge of our own like lesson plan. So when you plan to homeschool, you figure out the curriculum, you figure out the lesson plans, you kind of have a game plan going forward. This situation, we're thrown into whatever the kids are learning at school, and quite honestly, I don't know a lot of the things. So my goal for today is to kind of just see how this is going to play out. I'm hoping that my 4th grader can kind of do most of the work on his own. My 3rd grader's teacher laid out a perfect lesson plan, like daily. It's so easy to follow. And then my kindergartner is going to need a lot of one-on-one attention. So all that to say, I'm going to bring you guys along on this day in the life, this first day as a homeschool mom during this coronavirus epidemic. I'm pregnant. I'm basically quarantined to my house. My doctor told me not to leave my house for 2 weeks just because they don't really know how this virus affects pregnancy and affects the baby and all that stuff. So she just said to steer clear. So I'm an extrovert trapped in my house with 5 kids, and now I have to homeschool. So today's going to be a very real day in the life. I did put on real clothes for you instead of my robe. Put on a tad of makeup, but I'm sure I'm going to look very frazzled come the end of it. But our morning plan is to just kind of get up, eat breakfast. They're going to brush their teeth, because if I don't like put that on the routine, we'll forget to do it. And then the plan is to do homeschool between the hours of 10 and 12. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and go on in, finish up the morning routine, and then get started with school. Hope you all enjoy this. Let me know if you're living in this craziness too.
First light, first time I see it. and I want so much. So real, so close, I can taste it. And I want that touch. I'm trying to feel it all around me.
Okay, so it's a few minutes past the time when I originally wanted to start working, but it's like 10:06. My plan was for 10, but really quick, I kind of wanted to show you like what the teachers have given us and what I'm working with this morning. So I have all of the kids like school folders right here. I'm gonna start with 3rd grade because honestly, they laid it out the best. And I wish every teacher would have done this, but I can't judge that because they literally had a day to come up with it. But 3rd grade, basically, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but basically they break it down by like days. So there's like Monday, this is what you do. Tuesday, this is what you do. And it is basically all online work. So like I said, our school sent home their Chromebooks because my kids use like Google Classroom a lot while they're at school. So the teachers have put all of their lessons in Google Classroom and they just have to complete these things. There's a few other online programs that they have to do, like they do something called Lexia, and they have to do so many minutes per day of that, and each of them are on different levels for that. So 3rd grade laid it out the best, and it's just making me really happy. So they have like the 1st week and the 2nd week all in a folder and ready. Kindergarten's a little bit different. He only goes to half-day kindergarten, but for this 2-week period, he has 3 online programs that he has to log on to every day, and he has some sight words he has to work on, and then his teacher sent him home a packet of papers with like a suggested daily schedule. And what she's doing is when the kids log on to their Google Classroom, she's actually giving them a lesson for, sorry, the camera's shaking, it's the 2-year-old, for each of the, sorry, he's like under my tripod. But anyways, she's giving them a lesson for each of their papers that they have to do. So he has to watch her lesson on Google Classroom and then do his paper. The kindergarten packets we have to take back to the school every Friday, and then they're going to give us a new packet for the next week. So his is a little bit of online, a little bit of paperwork, and then me working with him with sight words. So he's going to need a lot of my attention. And then my 4th grader, his isn't laid out the best. She sent home everything they needed, but they basically just gave like a generic calendar of like, these are some of the things you'll do that day, but then via email every day, she's sending us like, this is what they need to do for Monday. So I couldn't get my printer to print it, so I just wrote down what he needs to do today. He has something that's actually due before the end of the school day today. So that's the thing with like the teachers being available online. They're available online from like 8 to 3, so during school hours. So if they have something that's due that day, they have to get it done between that 8 to 3 block, which is totally different than when you're homeschooling. If you're homeschooling, you basically can just get it done whenever you want. You can take days off, double up on days. But this is pretty much keeping us to like the school schedule because the teachers are only there for so long to help if you need help, and they just want the kids to get it done during the school hours. So with all that being said, that's what we're working with. We have 2 Chromebooks and 3 kids. So I think we're gonna have to take turns. There is one online program that Paxton can log on to on his iPad. So I think I might have him do that while my older ones are using the Chromebook. But anyways, I'm getting ready to get into it. Y'all pray for me. Like I said, I don't care to have my kids home. I honestly would rather have them home with everything that's going on, but like, I don't want to be their teacher. I really don't want to be their teacher. So right now I'm going to go probably put on like Frozen 2 for the little babies, pull out some blocks or something that will keep them entertained, and then try to get started with the older kids. I really don't have a game plan. Some moms that are super type A had like a perfect schedule laid out. Ours is not perfectly laid out. I'm kind of going to fly by the seat of our pants today, see how it goes, and I'm going to try to like be patient and be as helpful as I can be. But like I said, when it gets to like 3rd and 4th grade and what they're learning, I don't even know what they're learning, so I'm not even helpful. But their teachers are available online if they have any questions, so that's great. But I haven't even had coffee or breakfast yet this morning, so I think I'm gonna make a cup of coffee, maybe grab like something I can eat really, really quick and then get started. So we'll get started a little bit later than what I wanted to, but I need to eat something.
No hiding, I need it all around me. Feeling a rush, your love is enough. I don't wanna give you up.
So like I said, his teacher is basically given prompts online and then we have to apply them to the paperwork. So for this particular one, it's writing, and he has to basically construct a sentence about what his favorite animal is, and then they have to add because with a reason. So he said, my favorite animal is a dog because we have one. So I wrote that out in sentence form because those are big words for him, and he's just copying the letters to make the sentence. He's doing a good job. Kinley's doing independent work. Most of hers, like I said, is all online, laid out perfectly. She has her headphones in so she can focus. And then Caleb is in the other room right now reading because he had about 3 things that he had to do via books or papers. So I told him to start with that while we do the computers with PAX. Okay, update at this point, it's 12:18, which originally my plan, like I said, was to school between 10 and 12. So it's 12:18, I still have 1 kid working. My 4th grader is finishing up his last assignment. The whole 2-computer thing, it's not working very well. So I think I'm gonna try to pull down my MacBook tomorrow and see if I can pull up all the stuff they need. That way we will have 3 computers, or I might have to contact the school about getting an extra one. It's just where they do everything on Chromebooks at school, that's what they're used to. So it's just different trying to transfer to a different computer. Anyways, my 4th grader's finishing up. My kindergartner, like I thought, took the entire time I had to sit there and work with him. That's just gonna be what it is. He just needs my attention. My 3rd grader was pretty much completely independent, which was great. So the older kids can pretty much do it themselves. You kind of just have to give them the layout. But they're doing pretty well. So all in all, it was fine, but it just reaffirms the fact that I don't like homeschooling. I always said that if I homeschooled again, I would do an online program where there's a teacher that teaches it and I don't have to do anything because it's just not my thing. Plus I've been taking care of the babies in the midst of it and they've just been running amok. So I need to get lunch ready. I need to clean up. Let me just show you what the babies did while we were working. All right, so this is the current state of my living room. While we were working, they just pulled out toys, which is not as bad as it could be. It is what it is. They're in here now doing puzzles. Are you guys doing school too? Yes. You're so cute. Doing puzzles. This is kind of our drawer of random toys. They are breaking into that, so you guys are so funny. And then Caleb's right here just finishing up his last thing. Okay, so right now, McKinley is downstairs cleaning her room. Paxton already cleaned his room, and now he's downstairs playing basketball. That's the only downfall of this, is there's not a lot of time, at least not today, to do morning recess time. So I need to reevaluate that, especially with my kindergartner. I feel like he may need a few more breaks in between, but I don't want school to last all day. My goal is to get it done before the babies nap because I like to chill at nap time and I don't want to have to worry about school. So I don't know, we'll reassess that, but he's playing downstairs right now. I'm going to get some lunch made and then clean up this living room area.
You know I've been thinking about this all day. Got that tape of 4-2 saved in our names. Drove 15 over to get to your place. You know I've been thinking about this all day. Open the door. What do we do?
We're just doing simple lunch today. We got some goldfish, pepperoni, cheese, and some fruit.
Love drunk out straight up a burning hot mess. Girl, where we're going, you don't need the dress. Closing the door. Closing the floor. Walking on doing, I walk in the room and you look like.
Davis is doing a good job in here cleaning up. Good job, bud.
Self-control goes right out the window. Teaching my plans, getting you in my head. That's when you look like that. Like na 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 na, look like that. Like that. Na 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 na, look like that. Closing the door. Closing the door. Nothing to do but be all over you when you look like that.
So I got the living room cleaned, but I found the mess that the babies made while we were working. I really thought that that was all that there was. I was wrong. The front room, it's destroyed, and I'm honestly not even going to touch it right now because I'm sure they'll keep playing with it. So this will be something we'll clean up after dinner, but I just wanted to show you this is what happens when you're trying to homeschool 3 kids and you leave 2 kids 3 and under to do what they want. Done it, done it, done it, done it. Look at this. They dumped all those toys out of the basket. They've been playing trains. I mean, it is what it is. Said before, we do have a basement where they can play with tons of toys, but the little ones don't seem to go down there very often unless the big kids are with them. So this front room is kind of like their playroom. So I should have known that this is where the mess was. But Amazon just delivered a package. I had ordered a few just essentials that I forgot to get on my click list the other day just because like the grocery stores have been insane and I didn't know if they would even have this stuff still available. So I'm gonna open that up, see what came. I did 2 different orders, so I'm not sure what's in this box. And then I'm just gonna finish straightening up before nap time. And let me tell you, Mama is counting down to nap time right now, like so bad. I'm so ready. Alright, so in that package we just had shampoo and then baby like wash. This is not normally the brands that I get, but it's what Amazon had available that didn't cost $1 million, so it will work. So I'm doing the last of my chores right now. I'm trying to stay up to date on laundry as much as I can, keep my daily cleaning schedule as much as I can. I told my kids, I said, you all are gonna have to help and make sure you clean up after yourselves because there's no way with all of them home for the foreseeable future that I can keep this house clean on my own. That's why we're implementing like daily chores, but I'm trying to finish up some laundry, then I'm gonna get them down for quiet time. But our state also today closed bars and restaurants, so everything's just hitting the fan. Nick is going to attempt running to Costco on his way home from work because like I think I said already, we have a click list that we're picking up today. I'm hoping I can get everything that was on my click list. And then I wanted him to stop by Costco, see what's left, see what else we can stock up on, just in case the country goes under like a 2-week quarantine or something. I mean, at this point, kind of expecting it to happen. So just wanna make sure we have enough food. My kids have already eaten me out of house and home. They each just had 2 lunches. So the lunch that you saw, and then they each wanted a sandwich as well. So we're flying through food around here. Shampoo? Yeah. Nap time, nap time. To my camera. Come on, Davis boy.
Any more berries?
Yep. Say, Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves. Yep. Which one it does? Davis. Yes, Jesus loves Grant. Swish, 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 swish. Red light, stop. What sound does the car horn make? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Red light, stop. On aboard the choo-choo train. On aboard the choo-choo train. On aboard the choo-choo train. On aboard choo-choo.
I think you my bed.
Give me a kiss. Love you. Have a good quiet time, okay? Okay, I've got the babies down for nap now, and now I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some lunch. so over here we got some bacon. We always love to have bacon on hand. Cinnamon bread, best thing that Costco has, and goldfish. And then we have some syrup. We were running low. This must have been one of Nick's cravings. He got sourdough French bread. We got some hamburger buns. I love to have this microwavable bacon on hand for like sandwiches, wraps, etc. We got some more tortillas. I will freeze half of these and use half of them. Then he got a ton of steak, which looks so good. Pre-made lasagna, salsa, some wings. He loves to have these on hand, him and Caleb do. We got some applesauce pouches. This lemonade we love to have on hand. It's super simple if you have people over or if you just need something for the kids. Then up here he got some salami. So this is actually, it looks like it's 2 packets, so we can freeze one, put one in the fridge. Got some cinnamon rolls, the cheddar cheese, popcorn, 2 rotisserie chickens. We plan to disassemble these and freeze half of this. That way we have more chicken on hand, since meat's hard to come by right now. Then you got better than bouillon. This is the beef one, and then this is the chicken one. So that'll be great to have on hand for like soups and stuff. We got more pancake mix. This is just super simple if you don't want to make your own. Bacon bits, more pouches, cereal. This is a quick, easy meal. It's a beef pot roast. I like to have easy meals on hand. And then some Rice Krispies. We are picking up a click list later, but with all of this, this makes me feel good. In case the country goes into like quarantine or something, we should have plenty of food to feed our family. I have some sides that I can throw in with the steaks. I have a bunch of meat now, a bunch of like pre-made meals. This will be good. So I'm gonna try to put this away. And then I was actually editing during quiet time, so I'm gonna go try to finish doing some of that.
Searching through the stars for magic from afar.
We also got Eggos, which are a staple in our house. Forgot to show those.
Inside you'll see the magic's underneath.
So as I was editing, I realized that I never ended this vlog. So I'm sitting in my bed editing right now, and I'm actually filming this on my iPhone, so the quality might not be as good as my camera, but I'm too lazy to pull it back out. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this crazy first day of homeschooling. Here's to all you mamas who are in the same boat, and I will see you guys on the next video.